Hey guys, it's Ronnie, and I'm still at Kumoricon. And right now, I'm going to introduce someone to you. Someone, for me, actually, if the rest of you know,
I'm not here yet. Behind the curtain.
I broke both my arms and my leg, which made me have to sit, do nothing for a long time. And
now I want to interview you.
And so during that time, I found a trilogy of books that were just amazing to read by this person right here.
I feel like I'm being put on the spot. It's like, this is your life. Hi.
So yeah, Ciarán Strange, everyone. If you don't know, voice actor. You've done Borderlands 3.
Anime Lost in Space. Astra Lost in Space. It was Anime Lost in Space was basically what it was. That was a fun one.
Musician, author, jack of all trades, basically.
That's kind of what I've started.
Ciarán of all trades.
A Ciarán of all trades. That's basically what I've just started calling myself. Could I be a handsome jack of all trades?
There we go.
I don't know if I'm crazy enough. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
So, my first question is, how you doing?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, you know what? Any other con, any other con, I'd be like, I'm so tired. But like, Kumoricon always takes such good care of you. Like, it's just like.
And the atmosphere is so great.
I know.
Yeah.
Everyone here's so chill and like, I mean, we're in Oregon, so I mean, there might be a reason for it, but. I'm enjoying it. It's been a long weekend. This con starts very early on the Friday, so it's almost like having 2 Saturdays back to back as opposed to like 2 short days and a long one in the middle. So I was trying to figure out why does every Friday feel like a Saturday at this con. It's because it starts so early.
It does.
By the end of Friday, you're just like, oh my god. And you can hear in the voice, just...
It's very rare that you get a program and it tells you con starts at 8 a.m. and you're like, what?
Wait, what? Opening ceremonies as well. Have to be out of bed when. I do a lot of MCing for Kumoricon too, which is a lot of fun. So I get to like really see the stuff that I normally miss. Like,
did you have a concert this weekend too?
I did. I had one last night. I was really glad I got to support Caleb Hiles and Star Marie. They were both amazing. Caleb Hiles is an amazing guy. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. I just interviewed him.
Isn't he fantastic?
Yes, he
I love him to death. Oh man, and then tonight we're playing the anime bar, the Umbrella Lounge. So I'm excited for that. We do more like parodies and just silly stuff, and it's a lot of fun. We get stupid. It was quite popular last year, so I'm hoping it'll be good again this year. It depends how much I have to drink. We'll see. But I've kind of put the word out there with the other guests and been like, hey, if anyone wants to come sing a song, just come here. So should be a good time.
Okay, nice. So I want to ask you about your books.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
So where?
It's so cool. That's how you found me. Oh my gosh.
Actually, I found you here last year.
Okay.
And then everyone was like, "You should check out the books."
The books.
You should totally check out. But they're CJ Strange is what I found.
So I have two. I have 2 pen names. One is for stuff that is clean. So if you notice in Black Tie, which is written under Ciarán Strange, there isn't a sex scene that's fade to black.
Okay.
And then with the Blaze of Chaos series, which is under CJ Strange, I enjoy writing some sex in that. It's a lot of fun. And that's also more like reverse harem, so it's like one chick, many dick. It's a lot of fun. I get to write a lot of sexy dudes for that one, so I probably should have checked the age limit on this before I started. But I haven't been able to write for a while just because life's been crazy with moving and getting the roles, and I had to relocate first to Portland, then to Dallas. I got my visa for 5 years, so I can work legally and not do it every year and come down for cons and give them my itinerary and go through that every year. So it's been a long year. And I'm just excited to write again. Like, I've just got all my notes delivered from Vancouver, and I'm like, I've got post-its that I've put together chapter by chapter, and I'm going to be sitting down in December and finishing the sequel for Black Tie, so I'm really excited for that.
I'm sorry, I forgot that I spaced on the name for the sequel.
It's going to be called Red Tape.
Red Tape.
Yes, and it's very election-focused. I have a lot of thoughts, as a lot of us do, about electoral stuff, and a lot of them aren't just my thoughts. Like, there's a lot of messages that other people have given me that I might not agree with, but I think it's like important for them to get out there. And I feel like since it is 2020, it's the year to put that book out. So it's going to be therapy for me.
Nice. So for those who don't know, and I actually haven't gotten to Black Tie yet. I'm still on the more adult books at the moment.
That's the game.
Tell people about what Black Tie is.
Oh, cool. I always pitch it like when you have a thing, they tell you to have an elevator pitch, which is when you could give someone in an elevator. So when you have like 3 seconds between floors. So I'd say it's like a gay James Bond in like a world of superheroes kind of thing. So he's like a British agent who works for the UN in a specific department tracking people who are starting to develop, it's kind of like superpowers, basically. They're called, recently developed abilities. That's the politically correct terminology for them. You can't call them superpowers. And there's like an anomaly rights movement forming in the US, and England's already kind of, it Brexited and then it never stopped, and it just shut itself off from everything, and there's like rumors of what's going on in there, and I'm really calling on a lot of like World War II as well as kind of like what's going on today in the world to kind of like that whole like anti-globalization kind of effect. I'm really excited actually because my new album, I'm going to be tying it in with the book series as well. And Black Tie takes place in the same universe as the Blaze of Chaos, but Blaze of Chaos takes place in England. So this is all happening while that's happening in England. And what's cool is between the two series I've been able to kind of like play off stuff that's happening. So what happens in the very beginning part of Blaze of Chaos, that is about to trigger something in the US. Where they're like, we've lost contact with them, we're done. We're not going to end up like the UK. And so the books are going to kind of trigger each other. So it's Easter eggs for people who who want to read both, but you don't have to read both series to kind of enjoy it. And then the music will have more Easter eggs and stuff. So I like to be a multimedia artist. I have all these dreams, and I finally have the self-confidence to do it. So I'm like, no, I'm going to go ahead and do this now. Like, let's enjoy life. Like,
nice.
You live once, right? Like,
definitely. So what inspired Black Tie?
I've wanted to write a book since I was a kid. I used to like staple pieces of paper together and like write in them. Like I used to write Sonic the Hedgehog stories and like stuff like that, and like stories about the kids in my neighborhood and how we'd like beat up burglars like Home Alone style, and using karate usually because we were all in karate together. But I think Black Tie is the culmination of every other story I've wanted to tell, and I think I went through a huge mental development between 25 and 30. I'm 30 now. Never thought I'd make it. I always like to say how old I am because I'm super proud of it. True facts, kids. And between 25 and 30, I really went through this huge mental shift, as I think a lot of us do, where we start to kind of like see the world in a different way and we really chill out. Like a lot of my 30-year-old friends warned me, like, oh, when you hit 27, you're just going to chill out and nothing's going to matter anymore. And I'm like, really? And my worldview shifted so much that I had this new vision of the world and of the way, and I'd seen so much happen on the right and on the left, and so much happen in the middle, and there was just a lot I had to say. And I was like, if I don't write this, I'm going to be really mad at myself. And my roommate just got a job, started a career writing her own books and publishing her own books. So being able to have someone there to kind of guide me through and be like, this is how you self-publish, this is how you sign up for an Amazon account, like, that took the scary part away. Then all I had to do was write. So, and I made her a bunch of book covers in return, so we help each other out. Symbiotic relationships, kids.
Nice.
Like,
Yes.
Always try and figure out what you can, like, pitch. Like, well, I'll do this for you. Like, so, yeah, it was just, a lot of it was just deciding I was done not finishing novels since I was 13 years old. Like,
Nice. Will you be doing any more on, like, say, the Renegade series, too?
oh, yeah, definitely. I want to finish that series. I did have a lot of readers. I never knew you were once. That's super dope. But I did have a lot of readers that were really into the series, and I don't feel right leaving it, even though it's been, like, a year or two since I've updated it. Like, I don't feel right leaving the series. Like, there's a huge arc I want to tell with it. So the Renegade series, yeah, it's going to get updated. My basic new plan is, no, I've moved. I've relocated. I'm unpacking boxes, and life is good. We're getting into calm down season. I'm so excited to write again.
I feel everything you just said. That is
Right? Calm down season, right?
Back,
really? Oh
yeah,
gosh, where did you move to?
Oh, well, we live up north in Washington,
Oh,
Monmouth Terrace. We moved from just a small house to a bigger house.
Upsizing!
Yes.
That's great! That's so awesome. That's like moving the right way in life. That's good. We did a cross-country move, so that was a lot of fighting with U-Haul and fighting with U-Haul. and fighting with U-Haul. I'm going to say it a third time. They can blank it if they want. It was fighting with U-Haul.
U-Haul will probably never be a sponsor of Sci-Fi Monkeys.
That's okay. They can't deliver your stuff anyway. They have great boxes, though. Their boxes are fantastic.
We have a great company up here in Washington called 2 Men in a Truck.
Oh, I've seen that one. Is that the one with the heart? Like.
No, that's the college one.
Oh,
that's
great.
that's the starving students.
That's the one. Yeah, I love student moving companies. They're great.
Right on. So, are there any other proposed books in your future that you plan to write? Like,
probably. I want to do more. I had like a whole game plan for this universe before my mental health finally hit that wall where my body said no. And like a friend of mine had her father was in end stage of cancer, and but things short, she was alone with him helping out, and so I stepped up and moved in and was like, hey, yep, let's do this. Kind of put everything on hold for a while, and it's been a lot of just kind of getting myself back to the point where I'm like, I feel like I could get pleasure out of this again. Like, I feel like I could actually enjoy doing this. I feel terrible because I've made people wait and I've left the series hanging, and you feel bad when you're doing that, and it's like, but it's like, you know, I realized the last song I put out was like almost, it was like 2 years ago. And I'm like, yeah, that's how long it's been, and like, I guess, like, I want to talk about that because it's like, I don't want people to think that, like, you've screwed the pooch if you've left it for a year. Like, you can always, like, have a comeback. You can always keep going, and it's, like, it's so important to, like, take that mental health time. Like, if you need to take a year off, like, do it. Take your gap year. It's, like, really important to, like, self-care.
Take your Robert Downey Jr. time.
Yes. Otherwise, you'll never turn into Iron Man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right?
That man went through everything and then came back and is now one of the greatest actors.
I would look at Tony Stark. Look at his character arc. Like, you know, that is the character arc, is the rise and fall and rise again of the hero.
True.
Like, the phoenix must first burn to ash.
I guess it's not that hard to play yourself then, I guess.
Yeah. Dude, he is playing himself, let's be honest here. But it's like, it's cool to like be in a position now where I'm like, okay, things are finally sorted out and I feel like I'm actually ready to go again. But yeah, take time, man. Like, always take time for self-care. I feel like in today's world we don't take enough time.
Yeah.
You're made to feel like guilty, especially like I've noticed in America, there's this huge pull yourself up by your bootstraps, I don't need any help mentality, and it's a very American thing.
Grow a pair.
Yeah, grow a pair is a very British thing too, like stiff upper lip, chin up kind of thing, but like the whole idea of like not relying on other people for help, yeah, that's a very American thing, and it's like, we as humans need to help each other.
Do it on your own all the time, yeah. No,
we're herd animals, man, we're herd animals, we live together, we're tribal, like we have to function as a society. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you gotta take care of yourself.
For each other, it's not,
totally.
No one is in it on their own.
Take care of yourself.
So I'm curious, how did you, because you don't live in Texas.
No.
So how did you end up doing voice acting?
So I actually got approached by Joel McDonald, who was a friend of mine. We have had many conventional encounters in the past where we've hung out. And he was like, I think he came to my show that I'm doing tonight, like he came to a version of that and was like, I think you have a voice that we've been thinking of for this character. We almost hear like a British, but we don't want to go too Cockney. We want to just be very rough. And he was like, please don't take this wrong, but very like kind of like guttural. And I was like, no, that's my voice. Hello, I'm Ciarán. And he was like, you know, I don't know if you can act. Obviously, like I'd love to send you an audition. And I left the con buzzing, and I was like, oh, this would be cool if it happens. And you fully expect that it won't. And then I got the audition slides, and I was like, well, holy crap. And then, you know, I sent it in fully presuming I wouldn't get it because I have no backstory. Like, I recorded it on my own in my room with my old microphone that I used to record, like, my demos with. And, yeah, I forgot about it, and 3 months later I got a phone call that woke me up being like, yeah, so, want to offer you the job. We'll let you know when your sessions are in advance so we can fly you out. And they were very, like, hospitable, I guess, because they work with so many actors. Like, I know they did a lot of, we did a remote session from Vancouver, which was cool. But yeah, like, it was really awesome. And then word got around that I'd voice acted a bit, and I started getting a couple more auditions, and I landed a simuldub, and that through Funimation, and that was when they were like, we want to give you the role, but you have to be here Monday. And I was like, okay, I'm living on my friend's floor, let's do this. And I had a friend who very graciously let me sleep on an air mattress in a corner. Like, they had like a dining area space that they kind of set up as my bedroom, and it was like very gracious, very gracious host. So I paid a little bit of rent, did some chores, and yeah, I felt good because a lot of the actors I know lived in cars when they got started, so I feel very honoured to do it.
You were in a dining room?
Yes, I had a floor and a roof, and life was good. So, but I fell into it because someone heard my voice, which is ironic and weird, and I always loved acting and I always wanted to do it, but I never saw myself doing it. So, and now here I am, and I get to act, and it's fascinating. I never thought I'd enjoy it this much, but I found something I love as much as music, and it's really cool. So yeah, enjoying it. So anyone can do it. Seriously, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Just prep. It's all prep.
It takes a lot of work, but you gotta go for
Play that D&D. Get into that character. Feel that emotion. Like, that's where you start, man. That's where we all start, is D&D. It's when you have that one scene where your loved one is gonna die, and you're like, God damn, I can voice act. Like, you know.
You should do it. Oh man, I haven't played D&D in so long now.
I never played it until I moved to Canada.
Really?
And I finally found a group of people that played it, and the DM was great. I don't talk to them anymore. We've had a falling out, but the DM was fantastic, and the group was fantastic, and I've never laughed so hard in my life. It was brilliant. Like, good times.
I need to get a new group. Yeah.
That's the thing. It's the DM and the group. That's what makes it, man. Like.
So do you have any more plans to do some more voice work? Or?
I hope so, yeah. Like, I've got to get my voice reel together. I'm working with Ciarán Strange, who's here right now, and like I'm working with her actually to do some just some prep for my demo reel. She was the one who got me doing an American accent for my simuldub, so she's a really phenomenal coach. And we gel well together, which is awesome. So I'm hoping, once that's together, I can kind of like be submitting. I'm doing a lot of like Walla and background stuff right now, which is really fun. Like, you get to just get in the studio for an hour and just stretch your vocal cords and figure out what voices you can do.
You know what Walla is. Like, you know that term. Like.
Walla, background, additional. It's a lot of fun. It's always fun when you get to do the additional voices, because you get to say things like, oh, I heard the wizard's coming. And it's like, you know, like all the like random background stuff. And it's super fun. You get to be in all these really cool shows that no one would ever consider casting you for, but you get to be part of it, and it's really badass. You get to work with some really cool directors and some really cool actors as well, and like I get to observe other people's techniques, which is, you know, always learning. Gotta always learn.
So, as you see there,
I was going to say, you got the time.
They gave me the time.
I can get anyone given a time limit, because I talk so much.
Yeah, we're actually already over time.
I'm sorry.
But you see how long we earned time.
We did, yeah. I talk way too much, I'm sorry.
That's good.
Thank you for having me, though.
Good. Oh, we're not done. Because I want to know about We Are Chaos.
Oh, my music, yeah.
Yes,
So we are the Chaos.
We Are the Chaos. I'm sorry.
I love to say that. We are the Chaos. And basically, I did my own music for like years. I did the whole packing everything up into a van and going night to night, and we camped in the summer. It was fantastic because it was like $15 a night to just put up your tent, and that was about what we got paid. So it all worked out in the end. You know, we took some canned food, we had a little fire. Like, I'm not kidding. It was a great time.
Nice.
And then I fell into conventions, and that was where I met like other geeky bands and other geeky musicians, and I kind of like discovered I Fight Dragons and Mega Ran, and that there were like people who were out there making geeky music and playing to crowds, and that there was actually people who wanted to listen to that thing, because, you know, I want to listen to that thing, but clearly nobody else does. That's how we think as humans, right? And so I really started like kind of focusing on booking conventions, and that was where I met David, who's my guitarist now, and I kind of met him, and our bands performed together a couple times, and I was doing this one song that I prefer to do acoustic, but I like to just be able to focus and not have to worry about playing the guitar, because I'm not good at it. I can play it to like write, but that's about it. Don't trust me on stage. I like to move a lot too. You can't really do that when you're stuck behind a mic stand. And so we played this one song, and it was like legitimately one of the most magical musical experiences I've ever had in my life, where we both came and sat at the front of the stage cross-legged and just sang this song, and people in the audience were crying, and I was crying, and you know when you find that person that you just gel with, and like creatively, and you're like, no, this is my person, this is my human now, and we just started writing together. And I think the first song we wrote together, it came together within a few hours.
Is that Legacy?
Yeah, Legacy. And so we did it like the weekend before a convention and then just performed it at the convention. We did one last night that we've never performed before. We live in different states, so it's a lot of like working back and forth over the internet. But we're excited there. They live in Chicago, which is where our studio is. And we're going to be recording stuff throughout the winter. So I get to go to Chicago in the winter, which I'm not looking forward to. But I'm super excited to be back in the studio. Packy Lundholm from I Fight Dragons is producing us, and he is unreal. Like I've never worked with a producer who can like look in my brain and see what I want my music to sound like.
Right.
And it's really cool. So I'm excited to do more and get more music, and like I want to start putting more of my, like I write a lot of parody songs, so I want to start putting those up on the internet and being brave enough to do that. So yeah, expect more music from us. We'll be about in 2020.
I'm looking forward to it.
Hindsight here, man.
So okay, you guys, you make sure that you gotta hit Amazon. You need to, what, Spotify? You on Spotify?
Oh yeah, I'm on like Spotify and a whole bunch of stuff.
I don't think you're not on Google Play, are you?
Yeah, I think I'm on most stuff, but you can't search it under We Are the Chaos. You have to search it under my old name. Your best bet is to go to ciaranstrange.com and go from there.
No, it's Ciaran, Strange.
And then strange like weird.
If you don't know how to spell strange, then...
What are you doing?
Strange.
You're just strange. People are strange when they can't spell strangers.
But yeah, hit up Ciarán Strange, which actually, when I first saw the new change for the CIA, I was like, is it Siren now?
Dude, it's a trap for Americans. I get called Ciarán. I didn't realize how much of a trap for Americans.
Ciarán, I never even thought of that one.
My life is one branding mistake after another. Ciarán Strange, that's me. I think it's the line over the A that really fucks people up. Yeah, it's just Ciarán Strange.
I thought it was Siren. I was like, oh, I'm liking that. I like it. And
Siren.
And then everyone was like, no, it's still Ciarán. I was like,
he got himself one of those like funky queer names, like like he went full siren on us. Yeah.
Because us homos, we
always got to pick a weird name. Right. Well, actually, I'm a non-binary, so I should technically pick like a 3-letter name. We were discussing this on Twitter the other night. You're always a 3-letter name if you're NB. Yeah.
Really? I never knew.
I said, apparently, this is something we do. I didn't notice this. And then a whole bunch of people who are NB and have 3-letter names started chiming in, and we were like, oh. God, everyone's getting called out. It's so true.
Wow. Well, I want to thank you so much for speaking with me.
No worries, my man.
Thank you for your music, for your books, and I also want to thank you for your work in the LGBT.
Thank you, and you guys too.
That means a lot.
Being open in this community is like really important.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's super important to not hide that and to show that it's okay, but also to stay in the closet if it's not safe.
Yes.
Like it's like a mix, right, of the two. So yeah, no, thanks for what you guys do too. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Cool. And there you go, Ciarán Strange. See you guys later.